Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm so happy you are here. Today I'm going to do a little bit of behind the scenes of my craft room makeover. Welcome to the jungle. No, but seriously, my plants have taken over. I am so thankful that they have thrived the way they have, but it looks like a hot mess and I need to contain it because most of these plants are toxic to cats. So, yay for that. As much as I would love to just instantly get rid of everything and have, no attachment to them, I do. I'm very attached to these and I don't want Nesta to be able to get them, so I need to hang all of them up, which means cutting these amazing string of pearls that I've had for a handful of years. But I just can't get rid of them yet. If they do pose a threat to Nesta and she starts getting a hold of them somehow, I mean, I will figure something else out. But I'm attached. They're my plant babies, but I don't want them hurting my fur babies either. So I have this string of turtle, which its name is Crush, after Finding Nemo. If you guys don't know Crush the turtle, he's my husband's like probably one of his favorite Disney characters, and he can do a perfect impersonation of Crush. But I have just let these plants get a little too long and stringy and not filled out on top, so I'm trimming them and then sticking the cuttings back up top so you can see so much fuller. Don't mind that I'm just shoving these plants wherever. See, I have a little name tag Crush for it. So hopefully these are well out of the way, and they'll fill up a little bit more on top. Okay, so today's goal is to finish repotting my plants, get them hung back up, get all of the long pieces of vines and everything like up away from where Nesta could get them, and then to start working on some DIY like scratch boards for Nesta because she is going through her clawing phase, and she's literally right down here sticking her feet under the door, trying to get in. But yeah, I have like no ambition to do any of this today. Like, I just want to craft and create. And I'm like, once I get this done, I can have this little menace in here and then I can craft and create. Hopefully, we'll see if she'll let me. But I'm hoping to create enough stuff where she'll want to play with that versus the stuff I'm working on. Anyways, let's get going on that. Pretty much disregard everything I said in the beginning because I just was so sick of the corner, which you can't see, but the corner of my room was filled with just like piles of fabric, not like just, I don't know, it sits on my chair, right? Like I have that chair, I just throw everything. And I washed all this fabric that I got from Joanne, RIP. And so I'm just folding it and I'm putting it away in tubs. Also, I 3D printed this light switch cover. Isn't it so fancy and so pretty? I'm obsessed. I'm so thankful someone else designed it and I could just print it on my 3D printer. But yeah, this is what I'm repotting today. Please pray for me. There is so much stuff. I have a lot of plants. Now, I looked up every single one of these plants and found out like what was super toxic and what wasn't. Of course, pretty much all the stuff that I had on the floor or like on my bench seat is toxic, so I have to move that around. But thankfully, there are some non-toxic plants, and if you have a pet that just leaves them alone, you don't have to worry. I mean, you do have to worry, but Nesta likes to play with the plants, and I'm terrified she's going to eat them. So that means everything gets put on a shelf or up out of the way. And some of these are just like my other house plants, so they aren't in my room. Those ones are safer for pets. I had to play musical pots, and I would have to move one pot to another pot, and then I can move that plant to this pot, and it's a little chaotic, but it's all good. This is how everything looked when I was done. I propagated a lot of my smaller plants that I'm going to hang up that'll be well out of the way. But I'm really loving how much better everything looks. However, I still have to deal with my pothos, however you say it, vines. They are chaotic. But it's crazy because I got all of these vines literally from one propagation plant from my sister-in-law in 2020 when she came to stay with us. So all the vines are from one propagation plant over the years. And then you have my awesome snake plant, which has grown like crazy since I got that like 2-3 years ago. But I love snake plants. They're so good for your air in your house. But to deal with the vines, I got these clear plastic things from Amazon. I'll link them below. They're just called plant clips for climbing plants, and they stick on one side and then they kind of twist around the vine or whatever, whatever plant you're trying to hold up. And I liked it because it wasn't like a clip and it wasn't tight on the vine. So it's easy to undo them and shift them. So as they grow, I can add more. It was like $10 for 100 of them. I got the clear ones because I think they blend in with the white ceiling paint that I have. They also had green, but I went with the white or the clear, I guess. And yeah, so I just zigzagged everything back and forth to get them up out of the way. Does it look perfect? No, but I think it looks better than just stringy plants before. So here's a close-up of how they look. They're just like a little sticker and then they just twist right around the vine. They're awesome. I love them. I'll link them below like I said, and I hung everything back up. Next, I decided that I'm not going to put the doors back on my closet. They were sliding doors and they would always pop off the track. I need to eventually redo all this, but I took tulle that I had from my wedding, which was almost 5 years ago, and I took a shower curtain and I'm just going to hang the tulle up there. And, it's reusing something that I've had for years, and it kind of gives it a whimsier vibe. I don't know. I'm not a designer. I might eventually just get curtains here or something, but I have to get more tulle. I know I have more. I just have to find it. But I think it already looks so much better. And then we have this whole wall that I'm going to do the cat shelves on. But first, I wanted to show you guys, this is how the vines looked afterwards. I still have to hang up some plants, but they look so much healthier. They don't look so straggly. My plumeria looks rough, but it's winter. I got that in Hawaii on our honeymoon. It will lose all of its leaves and then the leaves will come back eventually. But that is one that I need to put in a different room because it is toxic to Nesta, and so are all these smaller plants, but I'm going to hang them up. So I definitely haven't gotten as far as I've wanted to in these past couple of weeks, but between working and still running a small business and such things like that, it's taking a little bit longer, and I am very bad at establishing how much time things are going to take. But yeah, it's progressing. I just kind of want to give you a realistic view of sometimes things don't happen overnight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you watched all the way to the end, I really, really appreciate it. It means so much to me and my channel. If you would like to leave a comment, leave a planty or plant type emoji in the comments. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks so much, guys. Bye!